Good evening, everybody. It's 7 o'clock. Call this meeting to order. Mayor Norton is out of town, along with LaTonya Hines and Councilmember Pickens. So we have a little bit of a short staff up here, but we'll handle everything just fine. I'd like to start off and welcome Pastor Richard Walker from Hurt Road Baptist Church for a prayer and invocation. Thank you. All rise.
And they're trying to do what's the very best to do for the city and to move it forward. And we know that in your words you've told us to trust in you with our whole heart and lean not on our own understanding. In all our ways we're to acknowledge you, and you've promised then to direct our paths. And Lord, we need that help. Lord, I ask your blessing on our nation, because we're in desperate need of your help and blessing. I ask your blessing on our state, on our governor. And Lord, just bless again these leaders tonight, and bless this meeting tonight. And may everything be done tonight in a way that would glorify and honor you. And may everything be done decently and in order. And Father, I just ask your blessing, and we ask it all in the name of Jesus. Amen. Ready, mind to stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Reverend. Appreciate you being here with us today. All right, so one of the beginning of our meetings, really the proclamations and our community events are really generally the highlight of the meeting. So glad we get to start off with that. And first, we have a proclamation in recognition of Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and just something that's a heavy topic, and we have some really special people with us here today. And then I'll, in a moment, invite you up to the lectern, and then Councilmember Wilkinson will read a proclamation. So if you all would like to come on up, and we'd appreciate that. And we have members of the Mighty Millie Foundation, and Nick Barasek, if I have that right, excellent, has a bit of a story he'll share with us after the proclamation. We would like to hear a little bit about that. And then we have Emily Shields and Ken Shields and their young son Noah, who is our special guest of honor. Thank you, 6-year-old Noah and his sister. And I'm sorry, tell me Noah's sister's name again? Lena. And Lena, who's 4 years old, is with us today also. And Noah's doing fantastic, being brave and fighting some childhood cancer. So if we could turn this over to Councilmember Wilkinson to read our proclamation.
Okay, thank you. So this is a proclamation by the Mayor of the City of Smyrna, 2024 Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Whereas childhood cancer affects 47 new children each day nationwide, a battle which impacts entire communities, including parents, grandparents, siblings, friends, and neighbors. This disease impacts hundreds of children each year in the state of Georgia, including some of Smyrna's youngest and most courageous citizens. And whereas Childhood Cancer Awareness Month is recognized in September with the goal to increase awareness of childhood cancer, the need for more funding and research, and to support those families in Smyrna affected by childhood cancer in honor and in memory of their children. And whereas families who have a son or daughter, like the Shields family, who are in attendance tonight with their courageous son, Noah, who are fighting or have fought active childhood cancer treatment, often experience long-term effects from the treatments that have helped them survive, and need additional emotional and medical care long after the final treatments are completed. And whereas families who have had a son or daughter pass away from childhood cancer often choose to honor their loved children by continuing to fight against childhood cancer, like Smyrna native Millie Marasic, who passed away at age 3.5 years old in 2021. Her family started the Mighty Millie Foundation to continue funding research as well as spreading joy and awareness for families fighting childhood cancer. And whereas family support, research, and advancements in childhood cancer are often funded by private charities run by individuals who have personally witnessed the long-term effects and outcomes of childhood cancer. And whereas many healthcare providers, charitable organizations, religious and social groups come together during the month of September to host events, raise funds for research, and offer families physical, emotional, spiritual, and financial support. These groups are committed to supporting families and children through and after the uniquely difficult treatment process. Now, therefore, I, Derek Norton, Mayor of the City of Smyrna, honor our youngest Smyrna residents who have or are courageously battling pediatric cancer, and we proclaim September 2024 as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month and encourage all residents of Smyrna to join us in supporting the activities and events throughout the month of September to honor families walking through this journey at every step of the way, to let them know that they are brave and they are not alone. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Smyrna to be affixed upon this 26th day of August in the year of our Lord, 2024. Derek Norton.
Thank you very much, council member. I don't know if you'd like to say a few words, Nick. I know you've got love to hear about the work that you're doing and a little bit more of the background with that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. It's an honor to be here in Smyrna. Millie was born here in Smyrna, just up the road on Atlanta Road. So it's a special place in our hearts, and we've walked these sidewalks so many times. And yeah, we had a difficult fight, and she's no longer with us. And one thing that came of this is that we learned that the popsicles at hospitals were privately donated. And one thing we wanted to do as a family is make sure those freezers are never empty. And we started out here at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. And from there, we expanded to the Southeast and supporting hospitals. Fast forward 3 years later, we support 118 hospitals across the country with popsicles. They're organic, and we just want to share love to families everywhere fighting, and just want to continue bring honor to Millie and continue in this fight. So
Thanks.
thank you so
and,
much.
And part of it is that the popsicles are such an important part for the patients, right, during the treatment process.
Absolutely.
That's what they want.
Yeah, so there's many different ways, as families can attest to, that a popsicle can change the mood of a room. It can provide a small source of nourishment. It can help get through a tough moment, and really help just empower the parents and know that there's something waiting for their child at the end.
Right, yeah, thank you. And you have some supporters here, I guess?
Yes, absolutely.
Andrew LaBouchère
Peter and Veronica with Good Kitchen and Market locally will be hosting an event on Thursday at their Marietta location. Our good friends Andrea and Amy are part of our leadership team, and then obviously the No Family. So
and how can people help if they want to?
So we have events all week long, and so we'd love for you to visit our website at mightymillie.org.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
So, thanks. And then Ken and Emily, would you like to come up and say a few words, or would Noah like to say a few words? We'd love to meet Noah. You don't have to by any means if you'd like to, so we appreciate you coming out.
No, we are Smyrna residents of 15 years now,
Nice,
and we
yeah.
moved recently about 2 years ago on Bank Street. Noah was diagnosed in May of 2023 with a kidney cancer. He went through about 8.5. What? Oh, you do want to talk? Okay. He went through about 8.5 months of treatment, radiation, and chemotherapy, and he is about 6 months off with 2 clear scans so far, so we're very joyful about that. But yeah, so we're kind of turning our efforts into hopefully getting more involved in the community. Veronica was a wonderful help and support, providing food and just advice on how we can kind of navigate the journey. So
Right.
the feeling of community has
Takes
been
a
very strong.
village, right? It takes family and support and
does.
friends, right, right.
You want to
So-
say anything, Noah? What do you want to say?
No, we're happy to have you here today. That's awesome. That's all right.
Okay. Oh, you're thinking. Okay. Okay, got something?
I was brave through my treatment, and now I'm all done. I'm doing some stands now.
You were brave, right?
And I will say that the Mighty Millie popsicles were his first food coming out of surgery. Probably one of the first things he ate after having, not eaten for 2 days, and it is. And they had these little cozies that go on the popsicles, and we have videos of him reading, I am brave, and it was wonderful. And I had no idea about the organization until afterwards. So
Yeah.
it's a
It's
neat
nice how it comes
way
together.
to make a
so,
good connection.
Yeah. Well, Noah, we're very
Thank you.
proud of you. We're so proud of you, buddy. And thank you for being here today. So, sorry, we'll
And
come on
Lena
down
was
and get a
very
picture.
brave
That's all right.
too, as a little sister.
Yeah, I know.
It was hard on her too.
2 brave sisters.
All right.
Everyone get in. Go this way. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, it was nice meeting you.
All right. All right. Next is a proclamation and recognition of Constitution Week, September 17th to the 23rd, 2024. And we're going to welcome the members of the Fielding Lewis Chapter, National Society Daughters of the American Revolution. And if we can invite up Melissa Tanner. And how many members of the Fielding Society the Fielding Lewis Chapter do we have?
There are 17 of us.
17.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes, yes.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
I'm Melissa Tanner. I'm the Vice Regent of the Fielding Lewis Chapter, NSDAR. And this year is the 237th anniversary of the signing of the United States Constitution. The Fielding Lewis Chapter, National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution, is so honored to receive this proclamation recognizing the signing of the United States Constitution. I'd like to introduce our Constitution Week co-chairs, Michelle Miller and Janice Miller, to tell us just a little bit about what our chapter does to recognize Constitution Week.
That'd be great. Thank you.
So I'm Michelle, and in honor of the 237th anniversary, our chapter prepares Constitution packets for approximately 40 of the local Cobb County schools. That's specifically for 5th graders, and we deliver those to the school. And we'll also have a bell ringing ceremony on the Marietta Square on September 17th at 3:30, which we would welcome you.
Nice.
And Governor Barnes is going to be our keynote speaker, and
It'll
Matt
be- it'll definitely
Powell's
be
going
an
to
affair.
sing, so,
Yeah.
you can all come on out. But anyway, we are so honored, all 17 of us, to be able to receive this proclamation this evening. Thank you so much for having
Thank
us.
you. Councilmember Welch will read the proclamation.
I will, thank you. A proclamation by the mayor of the city of Smyrna in recognition of Constitution Week, September 17th through through September 23rd, 2024. Whereas the Constitution of the United States of America, the guardian of our liberties, embodies the principles of limited government in a republic dedicated to rule by law, and whereas September 17th, 2024 marks the 237th anniversary of the framing of the Constitution of the United States of America by the Constitutional Convention, and whereas it is fitting and proper to accord official recognition to this magnificent document and its memorable anniversary, and to the patriotic contributions which will commemorate it. And whereas Public Law 915 guarantees the issuing of a proclamation each year by the President of the United States of America, designated September 17 through September 23rd as Constitutional Week. Now, therefore, I, Derek Norton, Mayor of the City of Smyrna, do hereby proclaim September 17th through September 23rd, 2024 as Constitution Week, and ask our citizens to reaffirm the ideals the framers of the Constitution had in 1787 by vigilantly protecting the freedoms guaranteed to us through this guardian of our liberties. In witness whereof, I have here to set my hand and cause the seal of the city of Smyrna to be affixed this the 26th day of August in the year of our Lord 2024. Derek Norton, Mayor, City of Smyrna.
Thank you.
Before I come down and get a picture, could you remind me, how do you become a member of the Fielding Lewis chapter?
Well, now that you ask, well, you have to have a patriot that fought in the Revolutionary War or contributed. For instance, mine was in the House of Burgesses, and so he actually gave supplies to the Army, the Continental Army.
So you trace some relative all the way back to
Yes,
1770s?
and it's really official. I'm telling you, they approve it in Washington.
Wow.
Our registrar here, she does all the hard work. Let's see Eva over here. There she does. She's the researcher here, and when people have trouble, she's on it. So yes,
Yeah.
but it truly is sent to Washington, and they verify it. So. You don't just get in because you think your grandmama was in, they don't.
Well, it's amazing. You can reach back all the way back into time, right, and find
It's
a relative.
wonderful.
And
And what
it
you
really
find
is.
out is you place yourself in history. I mean, I taught school right down the street here at Belmont Elementary School, Belmont Hills, and I'm going to tell you, teaching Georgia history and all that, we talked about Tomachichi and Mary Musgrove and all of them, and to think that my family was, I could find that my family was somewhere in here. They came in 1638. It's exciting. It makes history come alive.
It does, yeah, it does.
So there you go.
Thank you. Well, thanks for all being part
Thank
of this.
you.
So we'll come down and get a picture if we can.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
No, you're okay.
Do what now? Oh, well, she'll get it. Okay, where you want us to come?
Your face, man.
I'm taking pictures here. Come on, everybody. Yeah.
We can't take directions from
Everybody show up on time and look as good as you all do.
We've got so many of us, we just need to have. I know, she needs to be, Michelle and, yeah, okay.
Right there. Okay, we're gonna take two pictures here. On the count of three, we'll take the first one. Mr. Bennett. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. We'll take one more. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Didn't you drive a little bit today?
Oops, sorry.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jen.
You give a buddy here, Steve? Thank you, ladies. Really appreciate it. All right. Item 7, community development. We have no items. Item 8A, privilege and license and show cause hearings. ALIC 2024-016, privilege license, new license request, beer, wine, and liquor pouring and Sunday sales at 1625 Roswell Street, Suite 200, Smyrna, Georgia, 30080. Ruby's Pizza LLC, DBA Ruby's Sourdough Pizza, Christopher William Rimby as agent. This is Mr. Lindley's ward.
Thank you, sir. Is the agent or applicant here? Hey, sir. How are you? So you want to tell us a little bit about your business? We've been anxiously awaiting the opening over there.
Yeah, I've gathered that. Every time I'm out there, somebody stops by to ask us when things are going to happen. Well, I bought a house in Smyrna in 2005, so I've been here a little over 20 years. So, and I'm right around the corner. I'm on Donald Lynn Drive, 1676. So I've seen the area develop. I was there at, Rev right when it opened. So I was doing a lot of going out of Smyrna when I first got here, and I stayed more in Smyrna, more and more. And I've really wanted to be a part of the development here because I love staying in Smyrna. So, we started a pop-up in 2020 at Neighbors Feed and Seed, and went really well, resonated with the community, and Matt Younger, who's here, approached me and said, well, would you think about doing a brick and mortar? So I think I probably said a little more than you asked, but
No,
so
that's
we
great.
started off, yeah.
When are you scheduled to open?
I would love to get open in October.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for looking to do business in Smyrna. We're excited.
Absolutely.
I know Williams Park has been anxious, so congrats. You're familiar with our ordinance, the law, you've done all that good stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, thank you again for doing business in Smyrna. With that, motion do pass.
Can I have a motion for Mr. Lindley? Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Welch. All in favor? Working out the electronic bugs. It's all good. Motion passes 4-0. Congratulations. And
Thank you very much.
And thanks again for
Look
doing
forward to
business in
seeing
Smyrna.
you all soon. Thank you.
Thanks. All right, item 8B, LIC 2024-018, temporary sales certificate, fruit, produce, and vegetable stand, 1680 Spring Road, Suite B, business name Glyco Sponge, Nyamki Shropshire Boykin as applicant. I apologize.
Hey, good
Could you,
evening, guys. Good
could
evening.
you pronounce your name just to make sure? 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm sure I didn't.
Nyamke Shropshire Boykin.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
And this is in Ms. Hines' ward, and Ricky, mind handle this for us, please?
Sure. Would you like to tell us a little bit about your business?
Yeah, certainly. So yeah, we each have our own separate businesses, but we are part of HeartNet Farm Collective. It's actually located in Bushmount, Oklahoma City. It's in the city of Atlanta. But I also live here in Smyrna. But lived here, grown up in this area most of my life. I went to King Springs, Nickajack. So basically, our business is where we actually grow a lot of food on an acre. Half is a community garden, the other half is for specifically for farmers and residents. And me and my friend Tondi here are actually farmers and residents there. And so we grow a lot of things like a lot of produce, market garden, vegetables, tomatoes, peppers, carrots, ginger, turmeric, kale, collards, a lot of different stuff. I got a tomato right here. But yeah, we grow a lot of different things. And so actually I have a relationship with Nick at Rev Coffee, and we actually just had the idea to actually to provide some local produce to the community. And so I thought that it was really important for people to get fresh produce that's grown organically. And so I wanted to come and sell it. But I just didn't go through the proper channels before trying to start to sell it. So I think
You don't know until you know, right?
What'd you say?
See, sometimes you don't know until you know,
Yeah,
right?
exactly,
So, yeah,
exactly.
that's right.
So yeah, I applied for the license on August 7th, I think it's, and so we're just looking to provide produce to the community because it's really important. Make sure you get like nice nutrients, making sure you're protecting yourself against any type of disease, but also just, you know, living your life to the fullest. And so I think that's the most important part.
What are your hours? What are your hours when you're operating there?
Oh, yeah.
What
So
day?
we actually have, we're not open every single day during the week, mostly because I teach during the day, and Tanya also has a day job at the same time. And so I teach at Atlanta Technical College as a horticulture instructor. So that's what I do during the daytime, but then outside of those hours, I go and I grow vegetables, fruits and veggies. And so we have volunteer days every Sunday from 10 to win. We say from 10 to win. So people can show up and actually volunteer, you know, doing mulching, planting any type of vegetables, fruits, various things like that. So yeah, and also we do a lot of community engagement things where we have a mutual aid fund where we basically go and we distribute food to the elderly in the Bush Mountain and Oklahoma City area, and we also do we also have what else I was say? Workshops. Yes, workshops. We do a lot of education, So like every Sunday we have our volunteer days, but also at the same time, sometimes that we say from 10 to win, but also from 11 to 1. Most of the time we have workshops, various workshops doing like herbalism, doing like basket weaving, using locally foraged materials, or, you know, soil workshops and different things like that, teaching people how to make their own soil and just, you know, I guess granola things or things that are organic.
Awesome.
Yeah, these are all things that I think we all need. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for operating here in Smyrna. And it sounds like you've gotten everything in order now on legal side.
Yeah. Yes,
Also,
sir.
well, with that being said, I'd like to make a motion to accept as written.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second from Mr. Lindley. All in favor? Motion passes 4-0.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks very much for doing business in
Thanks.
Sparta.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Item 9A, 2024-103, approval of reappointment of Mr. Charles Corky Welch to the Cobb County Marietta Water Authority, CCMWA, to serve a 4-year term beginning August 15th, 2024. Mr. Bennett, in the background, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. The City of Smyrna has an appointment to the Cobb County Marietta Water Authority to be selected by the governing authority of the City of Smyrna. The member of the authority appointed by Smyrna shall serve for terms of 4 years and until their successors are appointed, and shall assume office on August 15th following the expiration of the prior member's term. Councilman Charles Corky Welch is the current appointee from the City of Smyrna, and his term expired on August 14th, 2024. The governing authority of the City of Smyrna recommends the reappointment of Mr. Welch to the CCMWA to serve another 4-year term from August 15th, 2024 to August 14th, 2028.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett. Do I have a motion? Motion by Mr. Lindley. Do I have a second? Second by Ms. Wilkinson. All in favor? Motion passes 4-0. Congratulations for another volunteer opportunity.
Thank you.
Item 9B, Resolution 2024-011, authorization for the approval of Resolution 2024-011 for the continuation of a moratorium for 60 consecutive days beginning on September 12th, 2024 for the accepting and processing applications seeking the issuance of a sign permit for freestanding signs and authorize the mayor or mayor pro tem to sign and execute all related documents. Mr. Bennett, please.
Yes, sir. A legal challenge was made regarding the legality of certain provisions of the sign ordinance for the City of Smyrna at Chapter 82 of the Smyrna Code of Ordinances. And the City Council concluded that on July 15th, 2024, it was necessary and desirable to adopt a moratorium for 60 days on accepting or processing applications seeking the issuance of a sign permit for freestanding signs while a legal review of the sign ordinance is conducted. and Resolution 2024-09 was adopted by the mayor and city council. Legal review has not concluded, therefore it is necessary to extend the moratorium an additional 60 days with Resolution 2024-011 to begin September 12th, 2024.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett. Do I have a motion? We have a motion by Mr. Lindley, second by Mr. Oglesby. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion passes 4-0. Item 9C, AGR 2024-041, approval for the renewal of professional service agreement with City of Smyrna Government Affairs Consultant, Mr. Cash Trevetti, beginning September 1st, 2024, and continuing until August 31st, 2025, as well as have the mayor sign and execute all related documents. Mr. Bennett.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. Mr. Cash Trevetti is a Smyrna resident with a boutique firm focusing on government affairs efforts before the Georgia General Assembly and executive branch, and has served as the city's government affairs consultant since 2020. Mr. Trevetti is a seasoned government affairs consultant with ideal relationships with the leadership in both the State House and Senate chambers. Mayor and council propose the continued professional engagement of a government affairs consultant to represent the city of Smyrna before the Georgia legislature and the executive branch. As our city manages the city budget and projects over the next few years, the need for possible state funds and assistance is anticipated. The services of the government affairs consultant would begin September 1st, 2024, and continue until August 21st, 2025, as provided in the professional services agreement. This agreement will be strictly before the Georgia General Assembly, administration, and state departments. There would be no federal government activity. Staff recommends the approval.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett. Do I have a motion? Motion by Mr. Lindley. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Oglesby. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion passes 4-0. Item 9D, ATH 2024-117, authorization to approve asphalt milling and paving from Cedar Cliff Drive to 1883 Ridge Road for a drainage project at the cost of $94,755 to be paid from the fiscal year 25 stormwater fund, not to exceed to Wildcat striping, sealing and paving, 5365 Truman Drive, Decatur, Georgia, 30035, and authorize the mayor to sign and execute all related documents. Mr. Bennett.
Thank you, sir. This request was based off of a Public Works review of a homeowner's request to construct a pool at 1876 Cedar Cliff Drive. It was determined that the city road water from Ridge Road was passing through this homeowner's property without proper easements as well as properly sized piping. It appears that a previous homeowner piped the system without city permission. The solution of redoing curb, gutter, and sidewalk along Ridge prevents the city from acquiring easement or having infrastructure across private property. Also addresses the drainage issue in the right-of-way and allows the homeowner to construct the pool. Public Works recommends the approval.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett. This is in Ward 6, my ward, and its project's moving along nicely. Public Works is managing it well, and they'll hopefully to have it done here in a few weeks. And I'd ask for a motion, please.
So moved.
Motion from Mr. Welch. Second. Second from Mr. Lindley. All in favor? Motion passes 4-0. Residents of Ward 6, thank you. Item 9E, authorization 2024-119, authorization to replace 3 vehicles from the yearly vehicle replacement fund. Number 1 for community development and 2 for public works. Vehicles from Wade Ford, 3860 South Cobb Drive, Smyrna, Georgia, in a total amount of $137,846 to be paid from the vehicle replacement fund for a difference of $32,846 from the original quote, which requires a budget amendment for the additional cost, and authorize the mayor to sign and execute all related documents. Mr. Bennett.
Thank you, sir. This is a request for authorization to approve the following. Replacement for community development of a 2-wheel drive F-150 standard cab at a cost of $38,682. The amount budgeted is $35,000 with a difference of $3,682. Replacement for building and plants, a four-wheel drive F-150 Super Cab at a cost of $48,592. The amount budgeted is $35,000 with a difference of $13,592. Replacement for sanitation of a four-wheel drive F-150 Crew Cab at a cost of $50,572. The budgeted amount is $35,000 with a difference of $15,572. This request was based off of the annual vehicle replacement process. Public Works and Finance recommend the authorization to replace these vehicles.
Thank you, sir. Can I have a motion, please? Motion from Mr. Lindley. Do I have a second? Second from Mr. Oglesby. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion passes 4-0. Item 9F, ATH 2024-121, authorization for the purchase of a new Heel PT 1000 20 cubic yard rear loading recycling truck from Carolina Rental Systems, Incorporated, 500 Lee Industrial Boulevard, Austell, Georgia, 30168, in the amount of $237,252 on the City of Smyrna Sourcewell contract number 18956 to be paid from the general fund reserves and authorize the mayor to sign and execute all related documents. Mr. Bennett.
Thank you, sir. This request was generated from the addition of a new recycling crew to include one driver and 2 laborers. This request was made regarding the workload on the current crews no longer being feasible due to volume. This extra crew and truck will balance the routes out and make our service more efficient and effective to the citizens. Public Works recommends this authorization.
So again, this is a recycling truck, right? Because it's and as the city grows, we just need another crew, and it's an important item for our residents. Can I have a motion, please? Motion from Mr. Lindley. Do I have a second? Second from Ms. Wilkinson. All in favor? Motion passes 4-0. Thank you. Item 9G, ATH 2024-123, authorization to approve KM Davis Contracting Company, Incorporated, 3259 Austell Road, Marietta, Georgia, 30008, to perform the replacement of a failed roadway culvert pipe on Park Drive in the amount of not to exceed of $384,000 and $840, to also include authorization to allow the City of Smyrna Public Works Department to purchase the replacement 6-foot by 10-foot by 48-foot concrete box culvert in the amount not to exceed $94,715, with the total project amount being not to exceed $479,555 to be paid from the fiscal year 2025 Stormwater Fund, and authorize the mayor to sign and execute all related documents. Mr. Bennett.
Yes, sir. This request is based off of a failed 84-inch corrugated metal pipe that has exceeded its expected useful life, as well as has caused the roadway to start to fail. The city has proposed replacement with a concrete box culvert that the city will purchase to allow for about $16,000 in cost savings on the material. The total project amount is $479,555, not to exceed, to be funded out of fiscal year 25 Stormwater Fund.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett. This project is in Ms. Wilkinson's ward.
I'll move to approve item 9G. Let's see, ATH 2024-123, as previously read.
Excellent. Thank you. Do I have a second, please?
Second.
Second by Mr. Welch. All in favor? Motion passes 4-0. Item 9H, ATH 2024-125, authorization to replace the Street Department John Deere 710 tractor from the Yearly Vehicle Replacement Fund. The new tractor will be purchased from Dobbs Equipment, 4500 Wendell Drive Southwest, Atlanta, Georgia, 30336. Purchase price of the new John Deere 710P 4x4 tractor is $223,920.49 to be purchased on the City of Smyrna Sourcewell contract number 011723-JDC. Includes all extra attachments needed for Public Works operations with the original budgeted amount of $220,000 with a difference of $3,920.49 to be paid from Vehicle Replacement Fund that will require an amendment to the budget to cover additional costs and authorize the mayor and sign all and execute all related documents. Mr. Bennett.
Yes, sir. The request and replacement of existing Public Works 710 John Deere tractor for new John Deere 710P 4x4 backhoe loader budgeted amount is $220,000. Actual cost is $223,920.49. Again, the difference is $3,920.49. This request is based off of the annual vehicle replacement process that was approved through the budget process.
Thank you, sir. Can I have a motion, please? Motion from Mr. Lindley. Do I have a second? Second from Mr. Oglesby. Any discussion? All in favor?
Oh, there it goes. It did it.
Motion passes 4-0. Thank you. Item 9I, ATH 2024-130, authorization for the purchase and installation of lockers from RFS Sports Flooring and Lockers, 375 Columbia Memorial Parkway, Kemah, Texas, 77565, for the police department locker room renovation in the amount of $56,223, priced under the TIPS cooperative contract to be paid from the CIP fund and authorize the mayor to sign and execute all related documents. Mr. Bennett.
Thank you, sir. The police department locker room renovation was awarded to Osprey Management at the June 17th, 2024 council meeting. At that time, the lockers were approved to be purchased separately at an estimated cost of $25,000, with installation performed by Public Works. Quotes and specifications were obtained from 3 companies: RFS Sports Flooring and Lockers, $56,223, which included the lockers and installation; All Wood Lockers, $38,178 for lockers only; and Salisbury Industries, $25,691.91, which was lockers only. After review of the specifications and quotes received, we've determined that the RFS is the preferred company based on appearance and examples of work and product. RFS Sports Flooring and Lockers quote includes design of locker layout and installation priced under the TIPS cooperative contract. The police department and purchasing recommend authorization.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett. This is in Mr. Lindley's ward.
Motion do pass is presented, a long overdue upgrade.
We have a second? Second from Ms. Wilkinson. And they're right, and I think the police department's done a nice job of working and doing as much work as they can internally as possible. All in favor? Motion passes 4-0. Item 9J, I'm going to let Mr. Bennett read the background on this one.
Yes, sir. The Water and Sewer Department is in need of a storage building to store materials to preserve their useful life. When these materials are subject to weather and direct sun, it can lead to these materials having a shorter useful life and failure once installed. The former records building was being disassembled to make room for the 2022 SPLOST-funded surface parking lot. So city staff consulted with commercial buildings and doors about disassembling the records building and reconstructing it on the Public Works lot to meet the needs of the Water and Sewer Department. The initial estimate for a new building was $200,000, and the cost to reassemble and provide a new roof in an amount not to exceed $42,500 provided a large cost savings for the city. City Administrator Joe Bennett discussed this request with council prior to the records building being disassembled. This request is to amend the budget and establish the CIP project in the Water CIP Fund and amend the budget for the associated transfer needed. And again, at a cost not to exceed $42,500. And then the basics of it: when we disassembled the record storage building, we realized that the building still had useful life. And rather than buying a new building to go at Public Works, it's the recommendation for us to move that building to the Public Works lot.
Thank you, sir. Makes a lot of sense, right? They could use it over there, so that's great. Mr. Lindley's ward?
Yep, thank you, sir. A great recycle. Motion do pass.
Excellent.
Second.
Second by Ms. Wilkinson. All in favor? Motion passes 4-0. Thank you. Item 9K, ATH 2024-132, authorization for the approval to enter into agreement with Red Canary Incorporated, 1601 19th Street, Suite 900, Denver, Colorado, 80202, for a term of 36 months at an annual cost of $35,966.66 for a total of $107,900 for the annual subscription for managed detection and response to endpoints to be paid from the IT professional service budget line item, and authorize the mayor and mayor pro tem to sign and execute all related documents. Mr. Bennett.
Yes, sir. Red Canary is the city's current managed detection and response cybersecurity service provider. Red Canary monitors all city computers for malicious activities, analyzes any incoming alerts, and will react accordingly to predetermined playbooks. The Smyrna IT department is seeking approval to renew the subscription for another 3 years to lock in better pricing. The 3-year term will allow the city to divide the total subscription into 3 annual payments of $35,966.67. IT recommends the authorization.
Thank you, sir. Can I have a motion, please? Motion for Mr. Oglesby, second.
Second.
Second for Mr. Welch. All in favor? Motion passes 4-0. All right. On to the consent agenda. Mr. Bennett.
Yes, sir. Item A, MIN 2024-125, approval of the August 8th, 2024 Committee of the Whole minutes. Item B, MIN 2024-127, approval of the August 12th, 2024 pre-council meeting minutes. Item C, MIN 2024-129, approval of the August 12th, 2024 mayor and council minutes. Item D, MIN 2024-131, approval of the August 14th, 2024 special called meeting of the mayor and council service delivery strategy minutes. Item E, ATH 2024-134, approve settlement agreement and release with Donaldson Construction Company, paying $68,000 for past services rendered, and authorize the mayor or mayor pro tem to execute all related documents. Item F, BCA 2024-015, approval of the mayor's reappointment of Mr. Jeff Carter to the Smyrna Tree Board for a 4-year term that expires August 2028. Item G, BCA 2024-017, approval of the reappointment of Ward 3 resident Heather Coomerly to the Smyrna Tree Board for a 4-year term that expires August 2028. Item H, BCA 2024-019, approval of the reappointment of Ward 4 resident Carl Tackett to the Smyrna Tree Board to serve a 4-year term that expires August 2028. Item I, BCA 2024-021, approval of the reappointment of Ward 6 resident Sabrina Crawley to the Smyrna Tree Board to serve a 4-year term that expires August 2028. Item J, BCA 2024-023, approval of the reappointment of Ward 7 resident David Witt to the Smyrna Tree Board to serve a 4-year term that expires August 2028. Item K, BCA 2024-025, approval of the reappointment of Ward 5 resident Jennifer Corcoran to the Smyrna Tree Board to serve a 4-year term that expires August 2028. And item L, BCA 2024-027, approval of the appointment of Ward 1 resident Joseph Blankenship to the Smyrna Tree Board to serve a 4-year term that expires August 2028.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett. Can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as read? Motion from Mr. Lindley. Have a second? Second, Mr. Oglesby. All in favor? Motion passes 4-0. And just a thank you to all the folks who are volunteering to be part of the tree board. It's one of the things that makes Smyrna such a wonderful community, right? Folks are willing to step up and dedicate their time to our community. No one signed up for public comment tonight, so move on to ward and staff reports and start with Mr. Lindley.
Thank you. Just a huge thanks to staff. This is one of the most robust agendas we've had in a couple of months, so thanks for all your work. Also want to note yesterday the Tillman House on Church Street in its new location had an open house, so it was great to be part of that, and lots of good services, 30-something mission post based out of there, so some good work in our community.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Walsh.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just want to remind everybody on the 7th of September, I don't think we meet between now and then, there are two events going on. One is Taste of Smyrna, downtown Market Village, beginning at 11 o'clock in the morning. But second is a Smyrna Public Safety Foundation Battle of the Badges, Hot Rods Heroes car show, starting at 10 o'clock in the Smyrna First Baptist parking lot. With that, I yield.
Sir. Ms. Wilkinson.
I have no report.
Mr. Oglesby.
No report, just a couple of comments. Not sure if you all been paying attention to the Campbell House varsity football team. They're currently 2-0. First victory was against Chapel Hill. It was a 27-0 victory. Second victory last week was against South Forsyth, 48-7. Something special going on at Campbell High School on Friday night lights. This upcoming Friday night, they're at home against Etowah. I will encourage the Smyrna community to support our local high school football team this Friday at 7:30 p.m. Last but definitely not least, the Smyrna Elite track team has started a cross-country program for the fall. So if you have a young one who's interested in running cross-country, registration is open. So just visit smyrnaelite.com to register now today. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. It's an exciting time of year, isn't it, with school starting and football picking up. It's exciting. It'd be nice to have them home this weekend. Just a couple things. I was able to be at the ribbon cutting with Councilmember Lindley and Councilmember Wilkinson for the Tillman House. And really is an exciting facility and pretty amazing, all that's in that building. And a big thanks to Smyrna First Methodist for helping make that happen. It's an impressive endeavor. Fannie Williams Legacy Project Committee is really happy to announce that the memorial is planned to be installed this coming weekend, if all stays on track, and with the ribbon cutting scheduled for Thursday, September 19th. Date and time needs to get firmed up a little bit, but we're moving forward, and we should see something physically in place in a week or two. So we're excited about that. That's all we have. With that, Mr. Bennett, anything for you?
No report, sir.
Okay. Jeffrey, anything?
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Ms.
Pro
Corr?
Tem.
Okay. With that, meeting adjourned.